Hello, everybody. Hello, my beautiful queens. Trust we are all doing great. So, I came up with something totally different, that is how to make a braided wig. And this is me trying to secure or sewing down the closure to the mesh cap. Though I did off camera on how to first of all pin down your closure, because it's very important. If you don't pin down your closure, then for you to sew it, it will be very difficult. It won't give you a very good result. There will be a shift or even a bump after sewing it. So securing it with your pins first, your T-pins first, is very important. Though I did that off camera. Well, I think I'll have to do a video on that because it's very important on how to secure your wig, your closure first before you sew it to your mesh cap. So the style I was about doing was a bob style, and the materials I used were mesh cap, closure, needle and thread, as you can see, hair clips, T-pins, and my mannequin. And I also use a local tongue. We call it a local tongue. I use that to hot water too, to achieve the style I was going for. So I first of all did my sewing down of the closure to the mesh cap, and you can see the what's it called again, the hair clip on the hair. The essence of the hair clip is to put the hair in place, mostly when sewing. You don't want anything to disturb you when you are sewing, because it can be so frustrating at times. You are trying to pass the needle through the closure and the mesh cap, and hair is coming on your way. It can be so annoying at times. So the the hair clip will help to put this hair in place. You see what I just did? I use 6x6 closure because of the style I was going for. Your style determines the kind of closure, frontal, whatever hair you want to use for it. So I did the sewing of the right hand side first, from the beginning down to the back at the middle. Then I stopped there. Then I did the same thing from the right hand side, from the back straight to the middle. And this was when I was done with it. I used a blended hair for this style. It's a blended hair. I did my parts, I did my sections, because the style required different sections. I did that off camera anyway. I did my sections for the hair. Afterward, I started with my braids and the back. I don't want the hair to be long, the braided wig to be long. So I was so concerned about the length that I want to use. And then, since the style is a bob braided wig, when it comes to bob, personally, I noticed that when your braids are tight, then the braids on its own tend to curve, give you that natural bob from the start without you applying anything to it, compared to when you braid your hair loose. So I did my braiding very tight, And when I got to the desired length, I secure the ends by tying the ends so that the braids won't unravel. And this is it. You can see how equal it is. So is that length I will follow all through till I get to the closure. In short, all through the hair. And this was when I started with the closure part. I was done with the braids at the back, then I started the closure part. Excuse me. This part is very important because this part has the style, the main style, and the method of braid I was doing was feed in braids. Feed in braids, you have to be patient with it. It goes by the name feed in, meaning you'll be taking the extension or attachment bit by bit. You'll be adding this to the cornrow bit by bit. You take your time. You have to be patient when doing this. You don't have to rush it. And it all depends on the size you are going for. If it is something small, yeah, as you can see, I took the strands, I added it, I matted it down before taking the other side and turn it into the weave, then mat it down. So that's how I will do it. I will take another one too again, then I'll take it from the middle, put one side inside, then mat it down, take that backwards, then mat it. So what I did here is to use my tip-in to secure the front of the hair. That is where I started the cornrow. I want it to be secure, because if you don't secure it as you are matting it down, there is every tendency it will pull back, and when it pulls back, it forms a brush, and I don't want a brush because it gives it another style entirely. I don't want a brush at all, so that's why I had to secure it. Then I continue with matting every piece of attachment I'm including to it. So as the cornrow progresses, I increase the quantity of attachment I'm using, and that also results in the increment in size of my cornrow, giving me a pencil-like shape. So this I did for all the braids. I did this for all the braids until I was done with the closure entirely, and I came up with the beautiful, lovely, simple, classy style which you will see soon. So this is it. I said I did some of it at off camera. That is the pattern of each section, and this is the end product of it. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't she looking so pretty? Very fine, simple style. It's not hard to do. It's something you can do as far you know the basics of how to braid. Then you can create styles for yourself. You can weave them, get your closure, get your materials, and you'll be able to do something beautiful or something even more than this. Isn't this wig looking so beautiful and realistic? I just love wigs that are realistic. When it is realistic, then you too you feel so comfortable when you are wearing these wigs. So I think, or I want to say, I guess you've learned one or two things that you did. Thank you.